Have you ever seen a face like this? Or beauty like this? This is Kabuki, a 420-year-old Japanese art form that's capturing global attention right now. In fact, Kabuki has become so culturally significant that a film about it called Kokuho, meaning National Treasure, just made a shortlist to the Academy Award. The film Kokuho features all-star cast from Japan, including Ryo Yoshizawa, Yokohama Ryusei, and Ken Watanabe, who was once also nominated for an Academy Award for his role in Last Samurai. Together, the film is bringing the world of Kabuki to life. Today, I want to share the basics of Kabuki with you, along with my own experience of seeing it in live. So this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Okay, let's start. Part 1. What is Kabuki? Kabuki is a Japanese traditional art form with over 420 years of history. It was registered as a UNESCO Cultural Intangible Heritage in 2009. Kabuki comes from the word kabuku, which means to be eccentric. During the Edo period, people who wore outrageous fashions or defied social norms were called kabukimono, the trendsetters of their time. Also, the Chinese characters for Kabuki represents three elements: ka, meaning song, bu, meaning dance, and ki, meaning skills, performance. In other words, Kabuki is a total art form that combines song, dance, and drama. Part 2. The history of Kabuki. Kabuki began in 1603, the same year the Tokugawa shogunate was established in Kyoto at Shijo River bed. It was started by a woman called Okuni, who called herself a shrine maiden of Izumo Grand Shrine, performing what was called Kabuki Odori. This Kabuki Odori was a show-like entertainment combining song, dance, and short skits where Okuni performed dressed as a man. It's said Okuni's performance became widely popular, so many female entertainers began imitating her. This became known as Onna Kabuki. Kabuki became especially popular in Osaka. Along with the famous Dotonbori Street, many Kabuki theaters were built along the river, which became the foundation of the current vibrant district we see today. However, in 1629, due to concerns about public morals, the shogunate banned women from performing on stage. Later, performances by young boys called Wakashu Kabuki became popular, but it was also banned for the same reason. Eventually, Yaro Kabuki, performed only by adult men, became the standard. This is how Kabuki became an all-male art form, a tradition that continues to this day. Part 3. The three pillars of Kabuki. Kabuki is built on three elements: drama, dance, and music. By constantly embracing new ideas without being bound by tradition and by refining techniques to entertain audiences, Kabuki evolved into what it is today. One unique characteristic of Kabuki is that it was nurtured by common people, not by the government or aristocracy. Centered in Edo and Kamigata, Kabuki evolved by reflecting the tastes of audiences in each era. Today, there are over 700 Kabuki plays. The key concept is long run. Each play has been refined over generations by countless actors and crew members. What you see on stage today is the culmination of centuries of craftsmanship. That's Kabuki. Part 4. The three great masterpieces and types of plays. The three greatest Kabuki masterpieces are: first, Kanadehon Chushingura, the treasury of loyal retainers, the story of a samurai avenging their role, showcasing loyalty and sacrifice. Second, Sugawara Denju Tenarai Kagami, Sugawara and the Secrets of Calligraphy, based on the legend of Sugawara no Michizane, the deity of learning in Japan. And third, Yoshitsune Senbon Zakura, Yoshitsune and the Thousand Cherry Trees, the tale of Minamoto no Yoshitsune and his retainers featuring a fox spirit. These plays originally came from Ningyo Jōruri, also known as Bunraku, a form of traditional puppet theater, and were later adapted for Kabuki. Kabuki plays are broadly divided into three categories: Jidai Mono, period pieces, depict historical samurai stories; Sewa Mono, domestic pieces, portray the lives of common people; and Buyōgeki, dance dramas, are centered on dance performances. Part 5. The world of Kabuki actors. Kabuki actors follow a hereditary system. Famous names like Ichikawa Danjuro are passed down through generations. However, it doesn't have to be a biological son. Talented individuals can be adopted and inherit these prestigious stage names. Roles are also categorized: Tachiyaku, the male hero; Katakiyaku, the villain; and Onnagata, female roles performed by male actors. Part 6. Highlights of Kabuki. 1. Music. In Kabuki, live music is performed with shamisen and taiko drums from a space called Kuromisu Black Curtain. At the side of the stage, musicians enhance the story. Second, costume. The gorgeous, colorful costumes are another highlight. Some kimonos weigh over 20 kilograms. 3. Stage mechanisms. The stage mechanisms are also unique. The Mawari Butai, revolving stage, rotates to instantly change scenes. The Hanamichi. The Hanamichi is a runway through the audience where actors make dramatic entrances and exits. And the Seriagari, trap lifts, allow actors to appear suddenly from below the stage. 4. Makeup. The most iconic element of Kabuki is kumadori, stylized makeup. Red represents justice, courage, and youth, used for heroes. Blue or indigo represents villains or vengeful spirits. Brown represents demons, monsters, or supernatural beings. So, just by looking at the colors, you can instantly tell whether a character is good, evil, or non-human. 5. Animals on stage. Kabuki also features animals like horses, birds, and tigers, portrayed brilliantly by the actors. 6. Mie, striking a pose. This is when an actor freezes in a dramatic pose to express intense emotion. They open their eyes wide and snap their head quickly, leaving a powerful impression on the audience. This is when the audience erupts in applause and calls. The Mie is one of Kabuki's most iconic moments. Part 7. Frequently asked questions. Now let's answer some common questions. Question 1. Why do they speak in high-pitched voices? Why do they sound so strange? Male actors playing female roles called onnagata raise their voices to express femininity. Additionally, in historical scenes, actors use unique intonation and rhythm different from modern Japanese. This is based on stylized beauty where emotions are exaggerated. However, it's not just about raising the voice. Every gesture, walk, and glance is carefully calculated to create femininity. Onnagata don't simply imitate real women, they express an idealized artistic vision of female beauty. Question 2. What does kumadori mean? Why do they paint their faces white? The white-based makeup was originally used so that actors' faces could be seen clearly from far away in dimly lit theaters during the Edo period. The colored lines in kumadori represent veins and muscles that appear when emotions run high, exaggerated for dramatic effect. Question 3. Why are only men allowed? Why don't women perform? As I mentioned earlier, in 1629, the shogunate banned women from performing on stage, citing concerns about public morals. Ironically, the restriction gave birth to onnagata, a unique art form where men portray women. Restriction breeds art. This is the philosophy of Kabuki. Question 4. Who are those people in black on stage? If you look closely at the stage, you'll notice people dressed entirely in black. These are called kuroko, stage hands. In Kabuki, there's an unspoken rule that black is invisible. Kuroko hand props to actors and adjust costumes, but the audience treats them as if they don't exist. This is one of Kabuki's unique conventions. Question 5. Why do people shout "Naritaya" from the audience? During a Kabuki performance, you might suddenly hear sounds like "Naritaya" or "Otowaya" from the audience. These are called omuko, calls of support using the actor's yago, stage house name. Timing is crucial, and it's usually done by experienced audience members. When a shout rings out after a mie or a famous scene, the entire theater comes alive with energy. It might surprise people from abroad, but this is part of the Kabuki experience. Question 6. Can I enjoy Kabuki without understanding Japanese? The answer is yes, absolutely. At Kabukiza and the National Theatre, English earphone guides are available. Plus, Kabuki is highly visual, gorgeous costumes, dynamic movements, striking makeup. You can enjoy it even without understanding the language. The beauty and the power transcend words. Trivia 1. Kabuki's influence on Super Sentai, Power Rangers. In Kabuki, there's a technique called hayagawari, quick costume changes that happen in seconds, right before the audience's eyes. Actors use hidden strings and kuroko, backstage assistants, to instantly change costumes, symbolizing a character's transformation or revelation of their true identity. This theatrical technique directly influenced the transformation sequences in tokusatsu, shows like Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and the magical girls anime like Sailor Moon. As I mentioned, the dramatic pose striking after transformation, mie, in Kabuki, also became a signature move in these shows. So next time you watch a superhero transform, remember Kabuki did it first 400 years ago. Trivia 2 about Kabukicho. Here's also a fun fact. There's a famous entertainment district in Shinjuku, Tokyo called Kabukicho, but it's not actually related to Kabuki. After World War II, there was a plan to build a Kabuki theater there, so the area was named Kabukicho, but the theater was never built. Today, it's a bustling district full of restaurants and entertainment venues, but you won't find the Kabuki performance there, so don't be fooled by the name. Part 8. My Kabuki experience. Okay, for now, I'm going to watch the Kabuki at 4 o'clock, so it's going to take about 4 hours with a break. Let's go. Hi. Here's like a gift shop where you can buy, Kabuki goods and many snacks and then all biographs of the actors today. Okay, so I've just finished watching like 3 episodes of the live performances in Kabuki in this theater, which started at 4 o'clock, and then yeah, it was really interesting. It was much more dynamic than I thought, and then especially I liked the first and the second one because it was more about the story-focused play, and then the third one actually it was more about the dancing. The third one was actually seeing in the movie Kokuho, and then the costume of the female role. Like this one was really stunning beauty with this dynamic ornament of the temple bell. So when I was watching it, a person next to me started shouting suddenly, which was really a surprise. And then but it was a way to cheer the actors. And then also there was like a staff also shouting, but I thought that they were kind of creating the with actors theatrical experience together. So I thought it was a really nice part. The first time I watched Kabuki was like more than 10 years ago, and then I don't barely remember what it was at this time. So after watching the Kokuho, which made me really interested in how it's like, so came here in Osaka. Right next to like a Dotonbori, you see this Shochikuza Theatre where you can see the Kabuki live performance. And then there are 3 levels of the seats, like depending on the floor you are watching, from the first floor to the 3rd floor. And then the one I tried was 3rd floor, which cost me about 5,000 Japanese yen. And then the first one was like 15,000 yen, 15,000 Japanese yen. And then the second floor was like 9,000 Japanese yen. And then I thought even from the 3rd floor, I could clearly see what was going on the stage. So and then if you're trying like for the first time, I suggest, and then if you want to save money, I think like 3rd floor would be really nice still. And then but actually like the seat was a kind of small, so you gotta kind of squeeze if you're kind of really much, and then also having like a baggage or something. And then there's like a luggage storage inside, so you can actually drop it off before entering inside the actual theater in this building. So basically the performances happen twice on a day. The morning one starts at 11 and then the night one starts at 4 o'clock, both of which last 4 hours, have 3 episodes of Kabuki live performances with 20 minutes breaks between, ended up making 4 hours. And then I tried both Japanese audio guide and then also the English audio guide, and then it was pretty much working very well. It was very simple, and then just tap the button and then you start listening to the supplementary explanation about the stories. So then there was a brochure about today's performances, and this one explains about the title and the episodes, brief episodes about the story. It's only in Japanese, so and I won't go into the detail, but second one was Kanadehon Chushingura, and then Chushingura is like a really very popular incident, like the title of the play, that have been performed many times in Japan throughout these live performances, but also through like TV dramas. So about the Chushingura, it was like actual incident that happened during the Edo period. It was about the revenge of the retainer, one of the retainers of daimyo in Edo period. The theme was pretty much about loyalty to your lord. So and then that story was passed down through many generations. But during the time when these Kabuki performances were developed, Edo shogunate actually banned to use like the actual incident with like real names of the people, maybe afraid of like actual impact on what was going on during the time. So that's why the Kabuki started using like fake names, and then also like a fiction based on the true story of the incidences during the time. So this one, Kanadehon Chushingura, is actually about that, the kind of fictional story. But pretty much as long as you see what's going on, you could tell that's pretty much about that real incident. So if you ever have a chance, just stop in by this, maybe Osaka or Tokyo. And then there are some other places that you can see seasonally in all over Japan. So I really suggest you try watching this. So that was the impression about my Kabuki experience. And about the movie Kokuho, I thought it's not just about Kabuki, it's also about what it means to live for art itself. It relentlessly confronts you with loneliness, pain, and raw beauty of dedicating your entire life to performance. After watching the film, I was actually compelled to learn more about Kabuki, and that's what brought me to the theater to see the actual performance. Actually, this auto rickshaw that I drive around Japan is designed with the spirit of Kabuki's kabuku, meaning to be different or go against norms. And recently, I went to Izushi area in Hyogo prefecture where Kokuho was filmed. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the inside of the Kabuki theater there, but I felt that this tradition has been loved for many years and passed down in many areas in Japan. So that's about this video, and I am traveling all over Japan right now, off to all the 47 prefectures to better understand this country. So if you're curious to know more, please follow my channel. Right, thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Please let me know how you thought about the video, and if you like it, please share it with your friends and families.